Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be working on this 1939 Ford Duluxe. It's got a little damage on the fender, and unfortunately he doesn't want to pull it off. He wants to get by as cheaply as possible, so this is what we're going to do to it. First off, I'm just going to make a quick video on just metal finishing here quick, but yeah, we're not going to take the fender off. Just gonna have to tape it off. As you can see, they painted this black rubber when they did the car. It's got some peeling issues going on down there, so I told them we're gonna tape on the other side of it. We're gonna scuff it up good and go for it. And then here I'm gonna try to loosen this fender up so we don't have a real tight fit here. But yeah, I told them if we taped on this, it's gonna pull more of this paint off. So we're not going to do that. You can see it's cracked. I don't know if you can see it. It's cracked all over. So the paint's ready to peel off at any given moment. So yeah, pop the hood, back tape it here. There's all kinds of blemishes on the car. Run, a lot of pock marks, a lot of chips. So the car's not perfect. We're going to try to do a little touch up around the headlight here. We took a camera shot, got the color pretty close, so I told him I didn't want to get, too carried away as far as blending goes. I want to make sure it matches the hood. So, issue right here, a little thin. Feels like it's been welded on the backside before, so we're just gonna not worry about it right now. We're gonna pound out the fender. You can see it's pretty good size. He backed into his wall of his garage. He was all bummed out. You can see the Bondo here. That's as far, we're gonna go probably to here, but we're not gonna dig all the Bondo out of this thing. Yeah, look at that. There's some brass. Didn't even notice it till just now. Back in the day. So maybe all we gotta do is braze this back up. Just braze it up. But we'll see what we got going here. But I'm not gonna worry too much about that now. We'll get it all straightened out and then we'll figure out what we gotta do. But you can't weld over brass. So you either gotta dig that brass out of there, which I don't think that's gonna work too good, or braze it back up. That might be the answer. He didn't want to get too carried away with it. And then there's a crack, which you kind of can see right here. So I'm going to fix that too. Just going to straighten it out and clean it up on the inside and do some tacks on the inside of the fender. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and metal finish this quick and get it ready for some Bondo. So when I get ready, I'll click back in and we will do it together. Okay, first thing we're going to do is look at it. What do we got going on? I got some heat. I'm gonna apply some heat in this dent. I'm gonna use a rubber hammer, and I'm probably gonna just start tapping maybe in here, and work my way up. And as I'm doing it, I'm probably gonna put a dolly just on the crown here, just to see what it's gonna do. But it's all hit or miss when you do this stuff. Just thinking out of the box most of the time. I like to use heat on everything, especially when it's deep. Not gonna worry about that yet. Yep, just gonna heat it up real good. If the rubber hammer don't work, I'll have to switch, but Just don't want to put a lot of crazy outie dents in the metal right now. I don't want to do that, period, but you'll end up probably doing that a little bit. I'm not going to try to get the dent out all at once. It's pretty warm, so got the rubber hammer. Let's see if that'll do something here, which I have no clue. So I'm going to start at the bottom. Didn't really do much. Yeah, it's moving it a little bit. Yep, that crown kind of went away a little bit. So I'm actually going to keep heating it. Kind of want to just keep it warm. Yeah, just keep it warm, and so now I'm going to do it in this area here. I just did it right in there. I'm going to go a little bit more heat. It's actually coming out a little better than I thought it was gonna. We'll get it close and then I'll worry about this here in a second. Let's see what we got. Okay, now I'm going to probably tap in this area. Okay. Now I'm going to tap up in this area. Okay, that kind of came out. So now I'm going to heat some more. See, now this is looking all better now. But you still got the crown here pretty good crown, but I'm going to still work on that. Keep it hot, or warm. Yeah, this is coming out really good. I didn't think it was going to come out this nice. So, try to get some of it out with the rubber. If not, I'll have to use the steel. Okay. I still got that ridge there. The ridge almost went away down here. I don't even feel it. A little bit here, here, here. Pretty much there wasn't a ridge there. So yeah, this is all. It came out pretty sweet. Okay, now I'm going to heat it again. I'm going to take the dolly on the back side. I'm probably going to use the round part because it's rounded here, and if I use the square, it might put an impression in the metal. We don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and try just to put this on I'm going to put this, yeah, just on the back side of the crown area. Just gently tap, but I'm going to heat first. Yeah, that come out really good. Yep, just keep it warm. That's all you gotta do. Don't want to get too carried away with it. I don't even know. Yeah, we're just gonna try this first. Take my glove off so I can feel what's going on. I always want to feel. I'll probably start using this side. You don't have to tap too hard, man. You got a big ridge here where the Bondo is, so I'm not going to worry about that. I feel the ridge here. Just tapping on the crown, you know, Don't tap anywhere else. So I got a crown right there. Got the block pretty close to it. Always feel, don't just start banging on it. That's feeling good, feeling good. I got probably a low here. I got a crown here, but it needs a little more heat. All these old cars, they all got Bondo on them, they all got rust on them underneath the Bondo. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. Otherwise, I mean, back in the day, they didn't undercoat anything. Okay, I feel, sometimes I feel the crown here, so I'm just going to go. Sometimes if you got a low here and you got a crown there, you can put the block like in this area, and when you tap on this, this will actually come out if you're pushing that way with the block. So that's what I'm going to do here. I got a little low right there, but let's see what we can do. Oh, it kind of came up. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to start banging it really hard with your hammer on the low spots from the inside unless you know exactly where you are, because now you're getting outies. You don't want that. So right now we're doing pretty good. I got a low here, big deal. I got kind of a weird looking high here. Maybe it's a crown. Maybe it's from beating it with a rubber hammer. I'm not sure. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this block on the low area where I believe it is, and I'm going to tap on this, on that area there. Feels better there. So I got a little here. Yeah, you just want to feel the metal. It's all hit or miss out of the box. So now I'm pretty close. I'm gonna address this now. I'm looking at it, and yeah, we got this brass. Not liking the brass. I don't know. Nope. I'm gonna go grab a light so you guys can see what's going on with the brass. I was thinking about this last night, but I didn't realize it had brass there on what I was gonna do with it. Now we gotta change up the plan. Okay. So yeah, we got a light. Let's see if we can see the brass. Yep, there we go. And we got a kink. So I'm just gonna go ahead. We're not gonna worry about the brass. You can kind of see how the fender rolls around there. So we're just going to pretend the brass is not there. And we can always lead this too. And that's actually could be a good solution to the problem here. But so I'm going to heat it, and I'm going to get the block back there, and I'm going to tap on this kink. That kink is it's holding us up. So got to try to get everything as close to the original shape as you possibly can before you start worrying about anything else. So let's go ahead and put some heat on that quick. I've seen guys use torches for heating up and stuff, and I guess there's a time and place for everything. But yeah, like you say, you got heat. Think out of the box on every repair. There's no repair that's the same. And I'm going to probably use this edge up in there, so I'm just going to stick it up in the kink and see if we can tap it. But I also see so I'm kind of thinking this brass is definitely holding everything in. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Just keep heating it and banging it and see what we can do. Keep an eye on the contour too, what you're doing. I can already see from me banging on it, it's kind of messing up the crack here. So yeah, look, if somebody brazed it there and they filled the rest of it in with Bondo. So yeah, how much Bondo's on this rig? So you just gotta get the repair as good as you can get it. Actually, I'm gonna think out of the box here and see if we can get it a little better with the vice grip. Sometimes you can take a vice grip on the kink. I got an idea. Looking at it now, it's definitely, it's kind of like this now, because there's no structure here. So, just going to try to knock that kink down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this plate in the back, and I'm going to put the vice grip in there on the plate and the kink, and crimp it together and see what we got. This is a little wide, hopefully that'll work. I'm going to have to adjust the vice grip. Maybe, maybe not actually. But yeah, yep, I might not have to do that. Yeah, that's the answer. Thinking out of the box. Yeah, I'm almost thinking try to get another piece, put them together. Yep, here's another one. Yeah, so as you can see, that metal's starting to freak out, and there's a hump here now. I can actually feel it. You want to make sure you don't cut yourself on crap like that. But the kink kind of went away. Yeah, it's hard to see it in there without that light, but take my word for it. So I'm gonna put the clamp in here. I'm gonna bend it down and tap this and try to get this more straight. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm real happy with how this dent came out. That is awesome. I don't think it would have came out that good if we didn't use heat. So we got a little kink going on here too, but yeah, this is never going to be a perfect repair. On something like this, it's not perfect to even start out with, so we got to think out of the box the whole way. Try to make it the best we can make it so it lasts. And our biggest concern now is right here. Got to get this straightened out. So I'm going to put this and this together. If we can get it in there. Adjust the vice grip. Just by pushing in, just by clamping the vice grip, I can see, I don't know if you can see it, but the fender's actually starting to come in. Instead of being a big hump, it's being more straight. Because it's low in there, where that, I'm not trying to get carried away with it. I kind of want to be, definitely want to be, what do we got going there? I want to be like right there. I don't want to be Yeah, that's a lot better now. But yeah, it's better. But we definitely gotta figure that out. Maybe you're gonna have to put a metal patch in there. That sucks. Okay, that's cool. We got something going on. So I can still see this part of it's low, so I'm not gonna use the 2 again. I'm just gonna use the one on the outside, but I know exactly where I want to be, and I want to kind of bend it a little bit. And yeah, I don't know if you can see that fender, but whoa, a lot better now. A lot better now. Now I got a little low here, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna use this as a brace. The fender's low here, so I can't get a hammer in there to pound it down. So I'm gonna use the vice grip to get on the inside low and clamp it down, and it's gonna form to this piece of metal. So I know exactly where I gotta be. I'm right on the low. Yeah, there we are. Kind of messed. It's pretty thin right here, so it shouldn't be that difficult to straighten. Yeah, holy crap, it's looking good now, but it's thin. This metal is thin. And like I say, you cannot weld on brass. So we got a couple options. We braze it, or we clean the brass off and weld it. What are we gonna do? What we gonna do? That is the question. Yeah, that's what back in the day, man. So this car's been restored for I don't know how many years, but so just want to kind of try to make a quick video on metal finishing. But what we're gonna, oh my gosh, just dropped the camera here. Sorry about that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure this out, and when I get a game plan, I'll tune back in and I'll show you what I got going. But that's our main concern right now. But we did metal finish. We're not done yet, but we're close. But I got to worry about this first. Got to make sure this is all good. Get this welded up. Probably end up getting rid of that brass because I don't know, brazing, just a lot of heat, and it's probably going to do some warping. So let's figure this out first, and then I'll buzz back in and show you what I got going. Okay, I talked to the customer. He's 85 years old, and he wants me to try to weld this up. He doesn't want me to get carried away with it. So I am going to just weld it up. But first, I want to address this crack. This crack right there. I don't know. I can see it in the camera there. So the metal is bent down, and I believe it's from this fender being hit, and it cracked it. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to repair it quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to heat it. We're going to heat it, and let's see if we can get the camera there. I'm going to heat it. You won't be able to see me do it. I just want to show you what we got going. I'm going to heat it. I'm going to put this metal on the back side of it, and I'm going to use the vice grip again, and I'm going to put the vice grip on the outside, and I'm going to heat it with the metal in there and crimp up on the vice grip and it's going to straighten this out. So let's get it done. It should take barely any time at all. So I can't really hold the camera and show you, but you kind of get the idea of what I was going to do. So here we go. I'm going to try to weld it from the inside too. But we got to fix this crack first, because as I was pushing on this I could see that crack moving. So we get, it kind of all goes together here. So I'm going to go ahead and use this piece of metal, stick it there on the inside. I'm going to watch this as I go. Whoa. Just that little bit. Look at how sweet that is. I mean, now all you gotta do is go in there and hammer and dolly it. I can't even tell where it was. It's right here. So, just wanted to show you what I was gonna do there quick. Give you a hot tip. And yeah, heat is the answer to pretty much everything metal related. Yeah, can't really. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just dolly this out a little bit. It's like I got a low here. So I'll be tapping here and here down, and I have the dolly there. And try to get that looking as good as we can. I'll straighten this little guy out while I'm here. And then I'm gonna clean this area up and get it welded. So I wanted to show you what I was gonna do there and what we're gonna do here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done, and I'll show you what I got when it's ready for Bondo. Okay, as you can see, I decided I wanted to put a patch in. This is what we're looking at. That's not gonna work. Look at that. There's nothing to weld to. We already welded it at one time. You can see deep in there. There's some welds, but nothing I could weld to. So I just decided. I called the customer. He didn't want to do nothing with it. So I'm gonna just do this because I want it to hold up. So I came up with a piece of metal like this. So far, so good. Shorter on this side, longer on that side. Shorter, longer. Just trying to get the shape pretty close. And what I did is I bent it around this little hook here. It's a pin of some kind. It's for my frame machine. Just heated it, put 2 vice grips on each end, and then just bent it around. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm gonna figure out, probably start there, and then it's got a little bow to it too, so I might end up cutting it and then welding it. But this is what I got. I cleaned it up on both sides, so she's ready. Don't have to worry about rust or anything. Now I just got to figure out how to weld it in. I got the shape of it pretty good. It's got a little curve to it. I got this crack welded down here, so it's solid there. Now I just have to figure out how to get it done here, and once I do that, weld it tight, clean it up on the back side of it, and then probably end up putting that panel bond in there just to cover the welds up and make sure no water gets in it. But I'll show you what I got after I get it welded in. Okay, I got the metal patch welded in. Looks pretty decent. I don't know. Yeah, it looks okay. This is where the patch is, right here. And then it's off a little bit there from previous, but yeah, that's about as good as it's gonna get. I'll probably clean up a little bit in here where it's rusted, but yeah, that was my going to be a short video until we ended up doing this. But just goes to show you, you never know what you're going to run into. Now I'm just going to go ahead and shape it a little bit more. It feels good. Yeah, a little low here. Low here, low here, maybe here. Not bad though. I'll feather this whole area out with 40, and then I'm gonna have to mud right over the top of it, and then sand it real nice until I get down to the red so it's nice and smooth. There's a good 1/4 inch of mud right here. Hardly any here. A little bit here as you can see it. Right in this area, and the rest is primer. But as long as you sand it good and get a good scratch on the painted surface, you'll be okay. The Bond will stick to it. Let it dry good though. I'm just gonna 80 it in here, glaze it, and be done. But I'll show you what I got when she's done. But I'm gonna Duraglass. Always Duraglass the welded areas, and then you can put regular Bondo over the bare metal, over the dented bare metal areas. So yeah, if you look at this fender, it's real seedy. I don't know if you can see it, but all kinds of seedy. This is single stage. It's got all kinds of marks and everything all over it. So like I said, the guy's 85. He didn't want me to put that metal patch in, but there's no way. There's no way I could make it work without doing it. So there's a couple hours that I won't get paid for, but I'll show him what I got. I'll give him this piece of metal and just say, hey, I couldn't do it. But I'm not going to charge him anymore. That's just the way it goes. You want to do good quality work, got to go the extra mile. It's not all about the money. It's about the reputation. Reputation will get you the work. The money will just pay a bill or two. Anyway, I'll get it shaped out and give you a heads up of what she looks like. It'll look good, I can guarantee you that. So I'm gonna pull that headlight. I'm gonna pull the headlight out and just take care of the chipped areas around here. He's got a little something here. I told him I wasn't getting carried away, so oh my gosh, I'll just 320 some of it, knock it down, and fix the stuff that's cracked, like right here, here, and here. Just 80 it, a little bit of filler, done deal. I mean, look at, this thing is not perfect by no means. So we're not about to make it perfect. And then I got to rip this bumper off. Just gonna drop it down, get it out of the way so I can paint that fender. Get those brackets. Maybe the brackets could stay, I'm not sure. But anytime you got something in your way, you got a good chance of running it. Yeah, so you want to make sure everything's out of your way when you paint. Painting's hard enough to do, let alone have to paint around stuff. It just makes it a lot easier. Anyway, I'll let you see what I got when I get there. Okay, I got it in first coat of mud. Put the Duraglass on, sanded that off. First coat of mud, got a little bit around the headlight. Just some glaze coat. Told them I'd take care of some of the nicks. Got a little spot down there where we did that crack. I forgot to put a little on. We'll get that on the next round. While this is drying, I can either sand. I'm probably going to sand this quick. Just going to do 320. Keep it small all the way around. Just a light coat of primer on there, and that's all you're going to need for 320 scratches. This is glaze coat, so it ain't going to take much. Don't get heavy scratches on stuff like that. And in the meantime, I'm going to probably start taping this thing off. I took the front bumper off, as you can see. Kind of, bracket's kind of weird on there, but I got it. And first coat of mud, it's drying. I loosened it up here, so we aren't going to have any peeling issues, and just going to go ahead and get this fender sanded and 1000, and that's, you can clear over 1000 grit. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. While that's doing that, drying, and probably hit that sanded, get the 320 on the headlight bezel area, and then back on this. So while this is drying, I can do all kinds of other things. So I will show you what I got going after I'm done doing my 1,000 grit on the fender. Okay, got the first coat of mud on, and I got the Fender 1,000 grit sandpaper wet and dry. You can see all the dirt nibs in it. I'm just gonna leave them. Might try to hit them down a little bit because the whole car is just full of dirt nibs, big time. So we don't want to change it too much. And got the everything centered around here, 400, or actually 320, and then I 240'd the mud just so it would sand a little easier. And now I'm gonna go ahead and just hit this quick with some 320 or 36 and bring her down to 80 just to shape it quick, and I'll show you what I got. Just try to keep the videos somewhat short, but hook up the vacuum. Just gonna use a short block. Actually, it's 40 grit. Just want to shape it. Here, I'll get you. I don't know if you can see, but I'm kind of dragging it this way. I'm going to stay away from the painted area as much as I can with the 40 grit. Got a little there, but I'll just try to finish it with 80. Remember, there was mud here, and then metal, and there was like a big hump. So I'm going to watch out for that. So I'm going to compensate for it as I'm sanding. Or 40 grit doesn't suck up the vinyl dust as good. I don't know if you can see that. Right there, I don't want to sand anymore. You see how it changed from mud? There's some metal showing there, so I want to stop. I'm just trying to knock this edge down, then we'll figure out what's going on in the middle, and then start to 80. Feeling it, still fat right here, right in this area. That's probably where the mud is in the fender. Low here, as you can see. Just gonna sand it here a little bit, get it more flush. Better. Okay, there's that Duraglass I was telling you about. I just sanded down to the Duraglass right here. So from here to here was high with mud, so basically from the fender, mud high, then it got low. Here's my patch. So in between the fender, you know, the existing and the patch, it was low, so there you go. Now it feels good. If I kept sanding here, then it wouldn't be good. So I feel a little something going on there. I'll just escape it. I'm not going to worry about the low. I'm not going to worry about any of this right now. I'm just going to keep feeling it. It's looking good here for the roundness. This is supposed to be round. You can see it's squared off there, but that ain't a big deal. This is just roughing it in. This is called roughing it in. So I'll do a little more 40 and then I'm going to switch to 80. And I'm going to feel as I go. High here, right here. Going down to the metal right there, so I'm going to stop. High here. Going down to the metal, looking good. Metal, stopping, feeling. Notice that low spot's getting smaller. A little high here. Metal, metal, stopping. Not gonna sand no more. A little high here still. Feeling pretty dang good. So I'm feeling it. Now I'm going to take 80 and get going on this edge so I can really feel it. Because if I don't do that, I won't really be able to know how it actually feels 100%. So I'm going to go with 80. Just on this outer edge for now. Just be real careful with it. Keeping the scratches in this area. Kind of don't want big heavy scratches out here because that'll give you sand scratches at the end of the job. When it's all done and said, you'll see sand scratches eventually. You won't see them right away, but as the paint dries, it'll swell. So just keeping it small. Got a lot of blend room. Color looks alright. Not perfect. It's blendable though. That's all we're looking for. Knocking down all this icky Bondo stuff. Try not to dig into the paint too much, keeping the block flat. Not going to forget this spot on my next round. I got to put some mud there. Just a thin skin, barely needs anything. Now I'm just kind of feeling it, going, Then I go back to the 40. I'm not going to hit my 80 sand scratches. Just going to stay off the rim. Just feeling it out. Round, it's round, so you're not going to see any real waves unless it's a low like this. So we're going to have to make sure we get enough on the next coat there. Now I'm just going to kind of make sure this feels good. Very slowly. Keep the block flat and long on something like this. Sometimes I'll turn it sideways on that because you can't, I don't know if you can see that, but you can't, you know, so if you turn it sideways you can get the right skate going. You can just pull it. I always kind of round it as I go. That's actually looking pretty good. And I might go get a soft black, put a little whatever on there, and it'll bend to the contour. But right now I got it. Feels real nice. So I'm just kind of feeling it in here. I know I probably got bare metal right here. I got it's good to there. There's a patch. and it's low here, so I'm just going to probably leave it. So we're going to hit it with some 80 quick, just the mud. Knock down them scratches just a little bit. Not a lot. Not getting carried away. I just don't want heavy scratches out here. Not feeling too bad. These spots here could be tapped a little bit. Okay, like this, I'm just going to go ahead and take a punch and just tap all these little spots just real gently. Even this one, but I'm not going to get carried away. Got a low here. And pretty much feels good the rest of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and tap. I'm going to take some 120 and hit over the 80 scratches. And then I'm going to put another coat on. Real thin though, it ain't going to take much now. I'm going to put the coat on as good as I can too, because I don't want to have major sanding. There's that 120. You can kind of feather the paint here, but again, I kind of got little scratches up in here that I like. The only reason why I'm doing this is just to knock the 80 down a little bit. I don't know if you can see it feathering out there. So yeah, that's what we got. So I'm going to go ahead and throw another coat on, and I'm going to make sure I do this one first so I don't forget. Another coat of there, and I'll tune back in after I get it sanded and ready to prime. Okay, I forgot to tell you, all I did was I just filled in the low spot. I didn't want to go the whole thing again because that's just a waste of time, because it's all good pretty much except for the low spot. So what I did was, as you can see, I already sanded it, so I got a little touch up there, but I didn't wait for it to get totally hard. I waited for it just to get hard enough to start sanding on it to where it wasn't flaking off. You can see that the sandpaper gets clogged up, so I used the wire brush and cleared the sandpaper, and I kept on sanding it until I got it right there. So that's a hot tip. You don't have to fill the whole thing again, it's just a waste of your time. Just fill the low spots. If you got a couple of them, fill them, hit them quick. And the reason why I sanded it before it got hard is because otherwise I would be making this good stuff low. So I'm going to hit it a little bit more so I don't do that. Just right here, I'm feeling it as I go too. I'm not getting carried away with it, I can tell you that. So we got glaze coming next. You can almost see where the low is. It's right here, where the different color Bondo is. Why is it a different color? If you ask, because I put a little more hardener in there, not because I wanted to, I just did. It just happened. They say 2% of the volume is what you're supposed to put in. How do you know what 2% is? I don't know. I just put enough in there to make it happen. All depends on the temperature too. If it's cold out, you're going to want a little more hardener. If it's warm out, you want a little less. Today I just did my, if I have a ball of Bondo like that, I put like this much, a little bead hardener in there, and that's it. So now I'm going to let that sit. I'm going to sand this area down here because I put some glaze on there while I'm waiting for this to dry a little bit, and then I'm going to put some glaze over this whole area, all the way to the 120 scratches, and I'll hit this area when I sand it with 180, just kind of eliminating the scratch. And once I get it down to 180 everything, I'm going to 240, and 240 is good, and then I'm going to 320 the outer edge, tape it up and prime it. So that's what you got. I'll show you what it looks like when it's in primer. Okay, I got it ready to prime. I got the outline of the car taped up, the fender sanded. Yeah, it looks taped up, ready to go. Just got the headlight, taped off. I kind of just want to stay in this area here for that. Got a little bit going on there. So I'm going to look for bare metal, and I'm going to use some etch primer. Yeah, I'm going to use this stuff here. And then I'm going to prime over the top of that. So what I do, my trick to this stuff is shake it up good, and I spray it into a cup like this. And then I pour it into my primer gun, which is right here, without its, I kind of steal the knot or the regulator off my paint gun here. So yeah, so I just pour it in there, strain it of course. They don't need much. It's etching, self-etching gray. SMT 3919. Stuff works good. It's just, you want to put it over the steel, bare aluminum, bare steel, and then you can prime over the top of that. But you just get better adhesion. It's a bummer deal that you got to do that, but that's just an extra step. Yeah, she turned out pretty good. Yeah, it ain't perfect, but I don't think it has to be. I'm real happy with how the patch turned out. I'm happy with everything, actually. There's some rust down in here, so I cleaned it up good inside of this edge, and it's all up in here too, and we're not gonna be able to do nothing with it because we're just gonna base clear after this. But yeah, like I say, he's 85. He just wants to get this dent fixed, and I understand where he's coming from, but he's gonna be tickled that I went the extra mile and put that metal patch in. And yeah, at least I know in my mind that it's gonna hold up. So anyway, I just wanted to show you what it looks like and what I was going to do before I primed, just so you can kind of see it. And I'll tune back in and show you what it looks like when it's all done painted. It's a process. But yeah, I was just going to make a quick video on metal finishing, but now we just ended up doing this. But I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like when she's all done, and hopefully you'll approve. And comment, like, subscribe. Always going to help me grow my channel. Totally appreciate it. And I hope you learned something on this. If you want me to do something different, you just let me know. Leave a comment, and I will do it. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Talk to you once I get it painted and probably put together, just so you can see what it looks like. Until then, have a good day. Thank you. Okay, got her painted, untaped, put the bumper back on, got the bezel around the headlight, kind of gave it a little buff, didn't want it to look too much better than the rest of the car. I'm real happy with how the color turned out, happy with the body work. Yeah, I just gotta do some undercoating on the insides of the fender here. I put some of that panel bond where the welds are, better than just undercoating. I'm gonna let that dry, let the panel bond dry for about an hour, and then I'm gonna go in there with some undercoating and put the wheel on and go get the customer. He's gonna be one tickled guy because he needs it. On Friday, he's gonna go to a car show with it, I guess. So yeah, it's a pretty sweet machine. I see quite a few of these. There's a lot of nicks and chips on it. I don't know. It needs to be redone, I would think, eventually down the line. But he's 85. How much longer is he going to be driving it? He's probably gonna sell it now. He's got a nice Corvette too, or a Camaro that he drives, so we'll see. I'm sure I'll see him around town. Hopefully he'll give me a good review. But anyway, totally appreciate everything. Thank you for the reviews, or the likes and the comments and subscribing. Totally is gonna help out the channel. You know, trying to make it grow, and every day is a different day, a different battle, a different repair. So I totally appreciate it, and thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one. Hope everybody's having a good day.